What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Flock of Seagulls. And we're going back to the 1984 album, The Story of a Young Heart. And the next tune is Heart of Steel. Anytime you refer to someone's heart as being iron or steel or metallic, you typically mean they don't have the normal range of emotions or the normal depth of understanding or emotion. They are perhaps cruel or at the very least unfeeling in their behavior and their decisions. So heart of steel could mean something like that, but perhaps also, steel is reinforced iron, it is very durable, it is very strong. So in that regard, a heart of steel could be one that is durable, one that can endure disappointment, setbacks, even heartbreak, but somehow keep pumping, keep ticking, and not be broken in that way. So I wonder, which rendering will get, the unfeeling one or the one that is strong and sturdy. So let's find out if it's either or none. This is a Flock of Seagulls. The track is A Heart of Steel, and it's from the 1984 album, The Story of a Young Heart, which may be relevant specifically to this track. Again, it feels like this could be a concept album, though, I haven't clearly tracked it as such. Sounded like an African chant. Like East African specifically. I like the other dimensional ambience. Now it feels like we're maybe entering normal Seagulls territory. I'm so curious what the next step is. Good one. Bit of that synth rock edge. I feel like his vocal is technically right channel, even though for me it's over there. Heart of gold? That's a very different expression. And I reacted to a tune earlier about that. That guitar is what I've come to think of when I think of the Seagulls. hide behind your angel smile. Reminded me of like early U2, maybe a bit of like Roland Orzabal style. Stone that time, another very different expression. Like that end a lot. Fantastic. Yeah, it's another one that it shows me what I've come to know from them, and it continues to evolve their sound. It doesn't sound identical to the self-titled album or Listen, but there's elements of it. I mentioned that guitar riff, and there's the overall atmosphere, that synth rock atmosphere. It's like, it's expansive, but it's got a little edge to it. That feels like continuity also, but the vocals have a bit different flavor here. I like the way they're overlapping and they're sort of layered. Again, that was kind of giving me Roland Orzabal feels, and also the expansive nature of the tune, as I mentioned, was making me think of some of the early U2 that I've been going through, like the early 80s stuff. And yeah, it was a really cool atmospheric track. Now, I'm not quite sure what's happening lyrically, so I look forward to people's comments on that. But yeah, it was a cool, like, sonic atmosphere in terms of the tone of the tune. It had this dramatic or epic sound to it. So I look forward to hearing what people have to say, and I can begin to piece together that thematically. I will say though, like the multiple iterations of the heart of something makes me even more curious, because I did hear Heart of Steel, but I also thought I heard Heart of Gold, and I also thought I heard Heart of Stone. And those are different things, right? Like Heart of Gold, someone's character, someone's personality is just, impeccable. They're exactly as good as anyone could want them to be. Heart of Stone tends to be even more than saying Heart of Steel or iron-hearted. It tends to mean someone who's deadened, like there's no emotions there, because stones are these inert, just heavy, blunt objects. And so the idea that someone's heart would be like a stone, there's no possibility that it could be invigorated, whereas at least metal, it conducts things, it can conduct heat, so it could be alive, or at least it could warm up in that sense. I don't know how far some of these metaphors might be going, but yeah, I couldn't piece together exactly what we're talking about with Heart of Steel, whether it was about being durable or it was about being indifferent or cold to others. But like I said, it felt like that was only one of a number of iterations. So I look forward, as I said, to hearing what people have to say, and if it does indeed connect to the overall story of a young heart, then maybe at this point it's a heart that's gone through some experiences, that's felt some loss or some heartbreak or some betrayal, and so it's now become a heart of steel rather than just this naive, living, pumping, organic heart that is therefore vulnerable. So I am curious to hear what people have to say, and again, let me know what you think of the Sonics. As I said, to me it feels like some of what I've come to know, but also them moving in a different direction. Now, fair to say, that's maybe the best of both worlds. I think about some artists that I've been fond of, and sometimes they'll come out with an album that's different enough that it's a bit challenging at first, like, oh, okay, this isn't quite what I expected. but then I come to love it, and it's like, but there's still these aspects that are very familiar with the previous albums. So again, maybe that's the best of both worlds, but people have mentioned the next album is a notable departure, and therefore, will be in different territories. So I'm curious to hear, just how significant or extreme that change is, but this feels like a natural growth compared to the previous two. So in any case, I'll stop talking. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.